Okay, it is Thursday, and a parcel arrived while I was working today. I'm actually on my lunch break, which is why I'm filming this. And it's everything that I need to make my anti-pest spray, and I'm very, very excited about it. This is not a spray that I came up with myself. In fact, the recipe comes from... So the recipe that I'm going to use is the Sexy Plant Juice Spray from Paige. If you are not following her, you should. There's no way you're finding me before you find her amazing videos. But she does such great videos, and this is her Sexy Plant Juice Spray recipe. And I used it before, and it was really good. And then I ran out of... Well, actually, then I moved, and I didn't bring any of the equipment. So I've had to buy brand new. Let me tell you, it works wonders, especially for fungus gnats and things, but also just to really shine up and make your plants look good. She's created the best recipe. I love it. So I'm recreating that. I will definitely have a link down below to her channel and the specific video that I'm following because I want to give full credit. It's absolutely hers, not mine. It's just so good. So the main things inside of it, water, obviously. There's some isopropyl alcohol in there, but then there's also... this stuff. This is Dr. Bronner's soap. It's a completely organic soap, but normally it's the peppermint one. I couldn't get the peppermint one. I could only get the unscented, like mild baby one. And so, you know, not quite following the recipe. So instead I just bought some peppermint oil on its own, and I'm just going to add that in. So it's not entirely hers. It's just like a variation, but it was all I could get my hands on. But one of the main things it has is neem oil. Now this is like cold pressed neem oil, I think. It's like completely solid. You have to warm it up for it to stay oily. But once it's warmed up, it stays oily for a long time. And then you mix all those things together. You give them a good shake. Put them in a spray bottle, and you can do it pretty regularly, honestly. And it just, not only does it help you spray the root, you know, the plant, all over the plant, but also, you know, the surface of the soil, and it just gets rid of a lot of pests. I love it. It's a really good, simple way to do it. I saw massive benefits before, and the fungus gnat population went straight down. I don't think I have many other pests, or if there are other pests, I can't see them. But it's kind of a good prevention. And then I purchased not one, but two new plant lights. These aren't expensive plant lights. They're very simple, but they do work, which is good. And you can see them on my... Oh, you can see it right there. They're already on my plant shelf. I have things like my string of hearts is absolutely growing towards it. So I do know that it works. I just want more light. I don't want it to be punishingly bright, but I can tell that there's definitely plants that are too far away to get anything. And then I have some plants like on this side, and I have my Deliciosa behind me, and that isn't getting any light. So I bought two more of them so that I can plug everything in and I can power everything up, and everything gets light. The weather, it was so sunny yesterday. In the last video you caught the last vlog, you caught the end of it, where it was like a blue sky day. It was like relatively warm. It was still kind of cold, but it was warmer than it had been before. It didn't rain, and then today it's overcast again. So all of my hopes for the weather have gone down the drain. But that's pretty much everything. Now I have to get back to work, but then later on today I'm going to set up the brand new lights and create some of my plant juice, and I'll bring you along for the ride. Okay, great, thanks. Oh, I was just looking at my string of hearts. So my string of hearts grows and it trails down, and then it interacts with this light. So I'm seeing a ton... Oh, wait, let me get it. Wait. So I'm seeing a ton of new growth, and it's kind of angling towards the light. But then I looked closer, and look, it's flowering. Can you see that flower there? Oh my gosh. Come on, focus. Look at this flower. It's flowering. That's so awesome. Oh, there's another one. Oh, yes. I didn't think this would be something that I would basically ever say, but I was just looking for the online to purchase some pinquiculas, and it's really difficult to get plants where I live. Just the island that I live on, it's just really tough. There isn't that much options. But then I think I just found a new garden center that I didn't even know existed, and it's super close to me, which means that there's options, that they may have more plants or just more plant options, which is always good. And I had no idea it existed, and that is shocking to me, considering I've Googled this kind of stuff before. So I'm gonna have to go take a look, and yeah, I'm just gonna have to go. I just cannot believe I'd never knew this place existed. So yeah, I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna go. Okay, let's head there. I have no idea where this is, and if there's anything I know about the island I live on, it's not easy to get anywhere. There's lots of farm roads, it's small, it's tough, but I'm gonna give it a go. So yeah, I'm gonna see you at the new garden center. Okay, so there's a random lady behind me, but I just arrived and I'm gonna go in. But can I tell you that I'm mildly frustrated, because now knowing this place exists, I've driven past it every single day on the way to work. This makes me sad. Okay, I'm gonna go in, and I'm probably gonna spend money. But let me tell you, it had some gems in it, and I'm so glad that I looked, especially 2 plants that I picked up. I'm really happy with 2 plants, so I'm gonna go through them. This plant shelf is very quickly filling up, which is kind of good and bad. It's good because it means there's lots for me to do, but it's bad because I'm worried about keeping up with it. That said, I did buy more plants, so we do have some issues coming up, but I really think that with a rigorous routine, I can keep track of all these plants and look after them. And there were some plants at this new garden center that I just had to take, and one of them that I think is a really crazy pickup, especially for where I live. And so look, let's get into the plants. The first one that I picked up is a begonia. It says begonia McLouchian, which is just so good looking. It has the best foliage I think I've seen on a begonia. I'm not a big begonia fan. I don't like the begonia maculata. There's just something about it I don't like. I don't eat fish, so maybe I just don't like its reference to mackerel patterns, but this begonia I saw, it was $3.75, and at that price, I'll give a begonia a go. Do I think that I'm going to become a begonia person? No, I don't. I think that my begonia is probably going to be limited to this one, but I just think this one was really nice, and the way that it was growing is good. Does it need a repot? I believe so. Pretty quickly, yes. But if it continues to grow like this, I'm going to be really happy. And so that guy can live on the shelf. Then there was a pickup. I've spoken about this if you watched even this video, I think, but the video before this for sure. I've picked up a ton of different Hoya cultivars recently. One of my most recent pickups was this larger Hoya, which is Hoya Sarawak Cream that I picked up, which I think is just beautiful. Big leaf Hoya. I have Hoya Eskimo, and then Hoya Carnosa that I recently picked up. That's in the last video, so if you want to see that, check it out. But the one that I picked up today is Hoya Tricolor Bordvare. Hoya Tricolor Bordvare, and as you can see, $4.99 for this Hoya. It's young. I think that this stem is much better and healthier than this stem. This stem on the, well, I suppose it'd be maybe your right, I guess. That is, looks like it has a couple of aborted leaf growths, whereas the one on the right looks better. So if these are completely separated root masses, I will separate them out in order to grow them separately. But this, when I looked at the photos, just looks so good. And it's kind of, you know, the tricolor, I think, when I looked at it, was really, really good. And it also flowers just beautifully. Again, it puts out some pink flowers, but I'm really, really excited to see if I can get it to flower. And so that's the second plant that I got, which to me is just a great pickup. It was also the only one that I could find. But as I was walking around the garden center, I looked, and I will admit I wasn't overwhelmed the first time I walked through, but I do find that my garden center patterns is to walk around the plants a lot. It comes back a little bit to things like mushroom hunting, which I do, is that the first time you walk through the forest, you're unlikely to notice everything because everything is new to you. And so the pattern you're drawing is just everything. If you go and you do a loop in a forest, the second, third, fourth times that you walk through the forest, you're basically removing some of the patterns that you already know, which allows you to look deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's normally the third time you walk through the same area that you'll notice the most mushrooms. And this was exactly the same with the garden center. I was kind of walking through an area and I saw some plants that didn't look very good, but they were kind of standing out for me for some reason. And when I looked at them, I was shocked, like truly shook, because I picked up these plants. Okay, now these plants don't look like anything special, but the name on the pot was the thing that really shook me. I read it, and what it says on the pot here is Platycerium Grand Mini. And I thought, that's a word I've heard before. And I remember hearing the word Platycerium on a YouTube channel that I love to bits. It's Benji Plant. So it's this one, Benji Plant. I'm going to put this on screen. But if you don't know about Benji Plant, they're like the most soothing, just nice, calm videos, but also plant focused. And a long, long time ago, he mentioned Platycerium. And I read it and I thought, Platycerium are the staghorn ferns. And I was right. When I looked into Platycerium Grande Mini, I realized that it was in fact a staghorn fern. And the staghorn fern, if you can see that, goddamn, if you look at this photo, are awesome because they grow off of the side of some kind of surface. They create what's called shield fronds. It's a really, really interesting plant, and I didn't think that it was even something that you could buy like this. I thought it was a really specialized purchase. B, that it would be at this random garden center that I didn't know existed, but also C, is something that I could do where I live. And so I'm super, super excited about that. And so I will be trying to grow these Platyceriums as a staghorn fern. If they grow sideways, my plan would be to mount it on the side of this shelf. I need to work out how to do that, but functionally, I'm incredibly excited. I picked up this one, which does have a broken leaf, so that one most likely won't go anywhere. But then I picked up this second pot, which has a much bigger leaf. I need to look into care. I need to look into what to put them into. This, I think, is like a sphagnum moss medium is normally what people use. And so I need to put them up and kind of find like a temporary place to kind of get them back to health and to get them doing what they do with the shield fronds and things like that. But I'm extremely excited to see what this could possibly become, and I didn't think that I would get that from a random trip to a garden center that I didn't even know existed. Okay, hello everyone. It is Saturday, and if you watched any of my last videos, you will know, here on the mic, you will know that where I live, the island that I live on, Saturday is, let me tell you my day today, okay? I have a big day. I have the kind of day where you have to wear a gig t-shirt. This is a Hans Zimmer t-shirt. Recently went to the concert. Can I tell you? 10 out of 10. Today is a big day. There is so much for me to do. Not only, if you watch one of my last videos, you'll know that if I want to go to any garden centers to look at any plants, to pick up anything, I basically have to do it today, Saturdays, because nearly everything or most things are closed on Sundays. But further to that, when it comes to today and Saturdays, in terms of what I do on Saturdays, I also have to go grocery shopping. And there's also today a Pokemon Go event ticket. And I recently started playing Pokemon Go again. I don't know whether it was the best choice I ever made, but I've been enjoying it. It's been really fun. It's been good to be able to get around and to do a bit more exercise. And some of the things today involve quite a bit of walking. So today is the day, and I picked up the Pokemon Go Kalos global ticket. It starts in 30 minutes, and there is so much. And around me, there's also a ton of good stuff. So like, I don't know if you know anything about Pokemon Go, but if you look at that, look at all that juice, right? That's enough juice. That's enough juice for me to go for a long walk. I can get all kinds of stuff, and also it's healthy for me as well. So not only do I have a ton to do today, but also I have a lot of walking to do. I have a lot of being outside. I have a lot of Pokemon to play, and I have to go grocery shopping. Today is a very big day. So I have, as I said, 29 minutes before the event starts. So what I think I'm gonna do is try to get the grocery shopping done in around 29 minutes. I mean, it's gonna take me more than 29 minutes, but I can go to the shop really close to me. I can get stuff, bring it back, and then I'll probably be 10 or 20 minutes late to the event starting. And then I'm just gonna go for a walk in my local area. There's so many routes on the app for me to follow, and they take me nicely sort of around this nice port that I live near. So yeah, it's good. I mean, it's gonna be a good day, I hope. There is some cloud, but I have seen the sun a couple times already, so I think it might be pretty good. And hey, I'm gonna try to bring you along for some of it. I don't think I'll bring you along for all of it, especially the long hours of walking. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get everything ready, get a little bag ready, and head out. So, I finished my shopping and I'm 17 minutes behind. I will say that I have been catching the occasional thing, which is good, but I haven't been putting in a ton of work. So I'm gonna take all the all the shopping home, and then I'm gonna go out for some walks to go on some walks and follow some routes. I came home to find this box. Do you know what those symbols mean? Those symbols mean that there's plants in here, and I'm very happy about that because these are some plants that I ordered, and I'll be honest, I didn't think they'd arrive. Ordering plants to the island that I live on is really tough, and there's some really cool, I hope, species in here. Let's open this up. My gosh, I am excited. Okay, here we go. Oh, I can see plants in there. Oh yeah. Okay, let me just read this. Oh, I forgot I ordered that one. Okay, okay, let's be gentle with our new babies. Here we go. Okay. If you don't know what this one is, and this is much bigger than I thought it would be, this, oh God, it needs to be cleaned up. This is Hoya linearis. Hoya linearis, it grows super long, these long leaves. I'm so excited. Oh, but it's messy. Shipping was not kind to you, my baby, but I will be kind. I promise. Okay, Hoya linearis. We're starting with Hoya linearis. Okay, so next one is underneath a bunch of stuff. So let me see. Okay, I just had to format my SD card, which took forever. So here we are, I'm back now. Okay, the next plant in here is, yeah, okay, let's get this guy. Oh my God, this guy is so big. Oh my God, this guy is bigger than I thought it would be. That's so good. Okay, this is Hoya Wayeti, or Wayetii, in a pre-done hanging basket. This is a, oh my God, it's just got so bright. This is a great Hoya. This is way bigger than I thought it would be. Again, it's a little bit messy, so I'm gonna have to clean it up. But I now have Hoya Wayeti, or Wayetii, and this guy flowers just so beautifully, but I've also heard that it's a relatively easy to care for Hoya, a little bit like linearis. The linearis is huge, so I genuinely am worried about this, but I do have some curtain rails that I don't use. I don't have any curtains there because I'm in the trees, no one's gonna look in. So I'm thinking of hanging these on there, and this is gonna be great for that. And I mean, it looks healthy, which is great. I'm not gonna do too much to it, all the while that it's brand new in my care. I'm just gonna let it sit, okay? Then we have this guy. This is something that I am absolutely super excited about. So this is Chrysula Buddha's temple, okay? And if you know anything about Buddha's temple, it falls more into the succulent kind of path, and it is just a gorgeous plant. Let me just, there we go, I got it. Can you see just how amazingly delicate those leaves are? And they stack just so beautifully that when I saw it, I just kind of had to have it. And these things can continue to elongate. And so I thought it was really cheap, like really reasonably priced. The prices aren't on here, so I couldn't even tell you what I paid. But I know that I paid enough to grab it pretty much straight away. And yeah, this is just so gorgeous. I cannot wait to have that guy grow up. Then we have maybe our only slight damage here. Here we are. Yeah, which is this guy. So this guy has fallen, but this is an Adenium Ansu baobab, which is a little baobab. I think sometimes they're called codex plants, maybe. This is the Adenium Ansu baobab. So a baobab tree which has an incredibly thick trunk with very few leaves. And this was in there and I just had to get it. I've been looking at these kind of trees for a really long time. I love them. This one does look very young because it's still very green. And it does have some leaves, which I'm very happy about. I can't see any new leaf shoots, so I will have to do, I think, a little bit of TLC on this guy. And it did fall over, or at least unroot itself in travel. But I've seen these be placed in little sort of succulent desert kind of landscape planting, a little bit of a sort of like more of a terrarium style, and I just loved the plant completely. I just think it's so lovely, like the thick trunk with the skinny leaves is just really cool. So I picked this up And yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do some repotting and some care, but I think that this guy will be very happy in my care. Let me get rid of this stick, because I think this stick was simply just used to stop the box from collapsing. And I'll put it right underneath a grow light for now, and then I'll deal with it off camera. But then finally, the final plant that I picked up is one that I'm absolutely thrilled about. This is Alocasia amazonica, or the elephant ear plant. Just look at this leaf. So this is not a furry leaf. This is like a, it's kind of more rubbery, I suppose, or smooth, shiny, if you will. But I just love this veining, and I have seen a number of different videos and photos on Alocasia amazonica where it just looks amazing and the leaves get nice and big. This one is a little crunkled. So that is a little bit worrying, but it does have a main plant leaf that I'm super duper happy about. So yeah, this is Alocasia amazonica that I picked up. All of these were picked up from a reputable company online that does ship to where I am. I've been checking the whole time I've been opening these up, and I haven't seen any pest activity. I can't see any webbing for things like spider mites. I can't see any bugs. I can't see any mealies or anything on the plant, so I'm really happy about that. And well, I mean, I now have even more plants for my growing jungle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw these plants, well, not throw them, but I'm going to place all of these in a windowsill that gets quite a lot of sun. Not like too much, but it will have sun for most of the day, because I don't want to do any repotting in the middle of the day. I'd rather do it, it's kind of sort of midday to late day now. So if I was to repot and water, they'd sit in the water all night. So I'll probably do a lot of this repotting tomorrow. Now they're open, I'll give them some light, I'll let them warm up to the room temperature, and then I'll do all of my repotting tomorrow and I'll film that. But I mean, this Alocasia to me is just gorgeous. The Linearis I'm incredibly happy about. The Wyetii I'm super happy about. The Baobab is just unbelievable. And then we have the Buddha's Temple. Right, let me sort this out, and then I have to get outside back to all of the walking. I have kilometers and kilometers and kilometers to walk today. So I'm gonna do that.